know about you, but I've barely recovered from the finish last night of Game 1 of the WNBA Finals. Let's get right to the highlight with Rebecca Lobo joining us as well. Let's show you what went down in this Game 1 between the Lynx and the Liberty here. Breanna Stewart, Rebecca getting set for this one. Remember, Napheesa Collier and the Lynx trailed by as many as 18 points in this one. We're going to pick it up where things got good. Courtney Williams hits the three, Rebecca.
Courtney Williams was an absolute stud in this game, got them going on the offensive end. Napheesa Collier did her thing as well. New York was up 16 with 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
And then
Malika, this is the play. This is the offensive board. You headed out to Courtney Williams to tie the game and the foul by Sabrina Ionescu.
Let's take one more look at this because it was so consequential here. Courtney Williams would then head to the free throw line here, Rebecca, with a chance to go up one, and she gets that one to go. So now, with just 5 seconds remaining, the Lynx on an 18-2 run. But here, Rebecca, is the play. So the ball would go out of bounds, but who is it off of? It looks like the referees can't quite make this decision here. And so I think we need to just stop down and get a little bit of a clarification here, Rebecca. What exactly was it that led to this being a jump ball?
Well, the officials did not know and could not see who the ball went off of. So in their rules, they call a jump ball. The issue was neither of the teams had a timeout they could use to challenge this play. The rules changed in the WNBA 2 years ago. 2 years ago, in the last 2 minutes, the officials could always go to the monitor. It didn't have to be a challenge, and they could see who the ball went off of. Here, it clearly goes off of Breanna Stewart's foot. Neither team can challenge because they only had the reset timeout. You cannot challenge on a reset timeout, and therefore it ended up in a jump ball. Courtney Williams violated, and New York got the basketball.
Okay, so let's see, after the jump ball, Rebecca, now that we have that understanding of this pivotal play, what exactly went down? You mentioned it. We get the jump ball here. And then...
So Courtney Williams violated. Minnesota wants to be able to set up their defense. We get a couple inbounds plays. And then time expiring, Napheesa Collier fouls Breanna Stewart. It was definitely a foul. Once again, even if Minnesota wanted to challenge, they couldn't. They did not have a timeout to do so. New York down one. Breanna Stewart goes to the line for two.
So Breanna Stewart, she makes the first to tie it, but the second one rims out. The Lynx get the rebound. Stewie not happy about it. So, Rebecca, let's head to overtime. We're going to pick it up with 1:20 to play here. The Lynx up by one. Minnesota moving it around. Williams, I mean, she was excellent. Another dagger there and letting the crowd know.
Yeah, Minnesota goes up in the four in the overtime period. New York keeps it close. This thing continues to go back and forth. What a steal here by Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah, so Sabrina Ionescu lays it up and in there off of the glass. Courtney Williams can't believe it. So it's a 2-point game here with just under 33 seconds to play. What a steal here from Jonquel Jones. Makes the layup. The game all tied at 93. So let's go to the next Lynx possession here. 12 seconds to go. Collier, watch her here, the little spin move jumper over Jones. Collier is loving it. Williams trying to stay composed here. The Lynx up by two. She says, keep it cool, keep it cool. 2.6 seconds left. The Liberty inbounding. Ionescu passes to Stewart. Man, that was a good look. She just misses the tying layup. Stewie can't believe it. The Lynx complete one of the epic comebacks in W history. Another look at this take by Stewart. She was in disbelief. Minnesota can celebrate as they take game one.
We have so many great three-point shooters, and the fact that these girls out here trying to get me the ball, I could cry. This is just amazing. I love it here. I say that all the time, and I don't just say that for fun. These people that I'm around, we believe in each other so much.
They made plays down the other end. Obviously, we contested it. We give them a 4-point play. I mean, those things, they can break your back, and they did. And we had our opportunities to win, and we didn't finish it. So, obviously, we're disappointed. So we have to go back to work.
Back to work they go because the Lynx became the first team in WNBA postseason history to win a game after trailing by 15 points in the final 5 minutes. Across all of the regular season, playoff games, this has only happened twice in over 2,400 games. Honestly, Rebecca, I think I sent you a text at like 1 a.m. West Coast time, just like trying to still process.
It was 3 a.m.
It was 3 a.m. I would apologize, but that game was so crazy. I feel like it was warranted. It was just incredible for the Lynx, but now the path just gets harder. What can the Liberty do to take back Game 2?
What an incredibly heartbreaking loss for the New York Liberty, because they certainly looked like they had it in control late in the fourth quarter. A couple of things for the New York Liberty. Number one, they need to move the ball better and get better shots. It's kind of been the story for them this season. When they're unselfish, when they switch sides of the floor and get good looks, they win basketball games. When they settle for tough looks, especially by Sabrina Ionescu and some of their guards, they don't. And in that game one, Sabrina and Breanna Stewart simply were not efficient. They shot, I think, around 29% combined. They combined for 47 field goal attempts. They did get some good looks. They weren't able to convert on them. It's going to be so important for New York to get a win in Game 2 for both of those women to have efficient scoring nights.
Yeah, and you could feel that in their post-game conversations with reporters. Sabrina Ionescu saying, well, if they didn't have our attention before, they have our attention now. Whenever you have a 99% chance at something, you feel pretty good about it, right? Well, the Liberty had a 99.2% chance to win this game, according to ESPN Analytics, after the Lainey Hamilton hit a three to put New York up 15 with 5:20 left to play. I mean, that 18-point comeback tied for the largest in WNBA Finals history. We have got one of the heroes from last night's Game 1 victory, Napheesa Collier, joining us now. Napheesa, thank you so much for making the time. First off, I mean, huge congratulations, but you hit a clutch game winner in overtime to seal that comeback. Can you just take us through what happened there?
Yeah, honestly, it was a blur at the time. I actually had to go back and watch the game just to process like everything that happened there. But when I caught the ball, I think first of all, just feeling like I was so open in that moment right there. And then knowing that, Betnaja switched off me and I had JJ, just trying to get her up in the air. She's such a long defender. I knew I had to move her. So just using my footwork to the best of my ability and then getting that open turnaround J.
What was the mindset? I mean, for me, watching the final minutes of this game, I should have had a heart rate monitor on because it was absolutely insane. What was your mindset during those last couple of minutes? Have you ever been a part of something like this?
I have literally never been a part of something so crazy in sports ever before. It was wild. I mean, just the back and forth, the roller coaster, like you said, just going from down 20 in the beginning to down 15 with like 5 minutes left. That's a lot of points. I mean, you always say you have a lot of time left, but it's a lot to overcome. And so just seeing how Courtney like just stepped it up in that mode she went in. Obviously the 4-point play that she had was huge. Like, it was just insane. I've never seen anything like that before.
The 4-point play to tie the game in regulation was insane. Can we just dive into Courtney Williams a little bit? What does she bring to this Minnesota team?
So much. I mean, first of all, this is like her second year being a point guard, which is insane. The way that she's able to distribute the ball, but then also, of course, her mid-range game. It's just so nasty. And I think it just poses a real problem when teams are guarding us because obviously I can score in the paint and she can score in the mid-range. It's like, who do you guard? Who do you take? You have to take one thing away, but that leaves the other open. And she's just so dangerous in that space. And then for her to add the three, foul three to her game, that's nasty.
Well, and you're the WNBA's Defensive Player of the Year. You know this better than anyone, that defense and really clamping down on that end can lead to this offensive comeback that we were able to see. But that was on full display when you knock the ball away from Breanna Stewart with 3.9 seconds left. Can you just walk us through that play from your vantage point?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Stu is an amazing player. So just trying to be as physical as I can with her, trying to be as disruptive as I can. And when I saw the ball, I was like, okay, I mean, might as well try to go for the block shot because she's so long. I mean, if you give her a good shot, open shot like that in the lane, it's usually a problem. So I'm happy I got the block.
I gotta ask, who did you think the ball was off of?
On the side, it was off of Stewie. You can see it in the replay. Oh my gosh,
I had to ask. I'm just the messenger. I had to ask. But Stewie, I mean,
my goodness.
She had 2 chances, right, to win the game at the end of regulation and overtime. She is such a force as a player. How much of your game plan revolves around containing her?
A lot. Again, I mean, she's one of the best players in the world. So obviously you have to give her a lot of attention. And so what we did, we tried to make everything as hard as we could for her. They have a lot of great offensive players. So again, it's kind of like me and Courtney in our team. We have so many offensive threats. It's like you can take some things away, but there's others. So you just have to make everything as hard as you can.
I love what Courtney said. I don't care if we're a little dog, big dog, underdog, as long as
we're dogs.
As long as we're dogs. I'm like, you know what? That's the mindset I'm going into every day. And that's the mindset that, you know, I imagine that you guys are also taking into this game too, because now game 1, it is historic. It is in the books. It goes down in WNBA history. But Sabrina Ionescu, after game 1, she kind of said, like, well, they have our attention now. So how does your game plan change now that you go into this one up 1-0?
I'm not sure yet. We haven't gotten together as a team, but I think the mindset is the same. Like, we understand we haven't won anything yet. It's 1 game down. You have to win 2 more to win a championship. So it's not like we're going in saying we have this thing won by any means. We know they're a great team. We know we're going to have to make adjustments, same as them. But I think we're really excited for Sunday to have another crack at it.
Napheesa, you are always a joy to have on the show and so much fun to watch on the floor. Thank you so much for stopping by NBA Today, and good luck.
Thank you.